How to find numbers and stuff in reality. Well, what is one of the biggest numbered things that exists? I'll tell you what one of the biggest numbered things is that exists. It is called the periodic table. And it has 118 different atoms. You shouldn't just study numbers in languages. You should study numbers on the periodic table. For example, the prime number 13. In many circles, people see 13 as like a negative number. And it's not always. After all, 13 could just as easily represent the 13th, as in 13 disciples and one, or 12 disciples and one master, right? Or it could represent the 12 seasons and the one that unites them all, which of course is the sun and the cycles of the sun. You should learn the periodic table because number 13, for example, this is just one example, and this is actually the language of creation itself. Understanding these things is probably how people are able to calculate the speed of light and stuff like that based on elementary science, even though light is not technically a physical thing. It's the building blocks of creation itself. For example, a lot of people get a lot of issues from aluminum poison. They have actual aluminum inside their body. And aluminum is, it's the number 13. It's the bad luck number. And I'm not necessarily saying that's why it's bad luck. But these types of incidences is one of the main reasons why you should learn the language of the material that you're focusing on. Because a lot of these ancient cultures and stuff, they had great intuition through meditation and altered states of consciousness. But what brings it all together, and the reason why so many things are synchronistic in the language, is because you see, they use the language of the atom. They studied the language of the atom. They studied the language of science. Someone did. I'm not saying the Israelites did. I'm not necessarily saying the Egyptians did. Someone did. And someone passed this knowledge down. Could have been from Atlantis. And whenever you align a language with these random phenomena that happens in the universe, the byproduct of these phenomena is imprinted in the language that you use in order to communicate these ideas to people. This is why it is no coincidence that the tribe of Israel is the number of the speed of light. It is because some point in time, this language of science, and the periodic table is part of it, was understood. And people wrote letters and brought these symbols and these ideas in science to life. We're sort of all, Sam Witwicky's great-grandfather, who fell down into the ice cave, and the information was imprinted on our glasses. And this is the reason why you need to study the periodic table and study any type of number that has to do with scientific and mathematical realities. Because if this knowledge exists in your subconscious, it will be imprinted on your looking glasses of literature and culture that you use in order to teach people from generation to generation.